Hey guys, Sectional Violence here. Let's get into Bellator 283 this Friday. I know the weigh-ins haven't happened yet, and some of the predictions may change. But for now, uh let's just give my early predictions off of what I've seen off of tape. Yeah, let's go. We got Maria Henderson versus Mackenzie Stiller. This isn't a spot that I would, be looking, to put too much of my money in and invest in. This is a dog or pass type of spot. Now that the line's getting a little closer, I lean Maria just because that's my pick. But I really like how Mackenzie. She's really strong and she has a good jiu-jitsu game. And I feel like she could submit Henderson. Her takes Stiller by decision, not decision, sorry, submission here. Or yeah, I don't know. This is a weird one. I just take Stiller or a sprinkle on Stiller if it's even worth it anymore. If not, just pass. This is a weird spot. But yeah, I'm excited just to see how this fight plays out. Moving on, we have Bryce Meredith versus Brandon Carrillo. Watching some tape on Carrillo, you're like, oh yeah, he's 1-0. Let's see if he's any good. Now, from what I saw, he's not bad. Um, Not bad at all. Uh, he just hasn't shown me anything, to prove like his skills. And his win wasn't the greatest. Like he wasn't looking like a savage on the feet. He was looking pretty sloppy, and I'm not saying he is now, but I just don't think it'll be enough for somebody like Bryce Meredith. Now, is the price insane? Yeah, it's pretty insane. I don't know if I could play that, but I do really like Meredith here. I think he wins with ease. He trains with really good guys up in the MMA lab. I think this is a good spot for him. Should be another easy win for him. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Carrillo's made any improvements. Moving on, Randy Field versus Ashley Cummings. Ashley Cummings is game for sure. Like she's there. It's not going to be like a girl that's going to just fold over uh, f- to Field, but you're getting unanimous decision beat by Jen Frey twice. There's a win over Jessica Delboni, which is pretty good. She is capable of winning, but I think this is a good spot for Randy. I'm not saying she's great on the feet at all, but she has, I think, more tools in the toolbox. Um, I, I like her here. I just think she should be able to win this fight. It's an interesting fight though. I do not put a lot into this, but I am leaning Field. And yeah, that's all I can say by decision. Moving on, we have Mike Hamill versus Nick Brown. A very interesting fight. Hamill's more he leaves a lot of lateral movements and some good footwork, whereas Nick Brown's more of a plot you down type of guy who's looking to catch you with his hands. His kicks aren't the greatest, but um, he has some decent hands, I guess. I like Hamill striking a little bit more just for MMA based on he comes in, he comes out. I do think he'll be able to get the better of Brown on the feet. It'll be a close fight though, so could go either way. But I also I think what will really be the difference in this fight is the wrestling of Hamill. I think he'll be able to out wrestle Brown, win the rounds if needed, also defend takedowns. So could be a close. This is, in my opinion, a really close fight, but I lean Hamill here. Yeah, this is a good spot for an over bet if you're betting the over. Yeah, moving on. We have Christian Edwards versus Rakeem Cleveland. Rakeem Cleveland's a veteran. He fights at 265, but he's a lightweight, a light heavyweight. He used to fight out in the lower divisions, but he likes to eat. I think Christian Edwards is really he has some talent, but I don't know if he's there mentally, and I know Rakeem is. This is an interesting one because he trains at a good gym, Christian, but Rakeem's faced a lot of good competition. I'm gonna lean Christian, obviously, but Rakeem's definitely a live dog here. and I could see him stealing a win here, but I'm gonna go with yeah, I'm gonna go with my guy Christian Edwards here. And let's see how fights normally end. Um, I think yeah, let's just go to a decision. Moving on, we have Tokov versus Gibson Jr. This is a fun fight. Tokov likes to do a lot of his strikes just to set up his shot, whereas Lance Gibson's really well rounded and he could do both. I like Lance Gibson here just for the decision. I think he'll be more well rounded and he'll be able to outstrike Vladimir while defending all the shots. Being the shorter fighter should help him. Um, yeah, I lean Gibson here. I like Gibson here as a dog. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna go Gibson by decision. Moving on, we have Lucas Brennan versus Josh San Diego. San Diego is definitely a veteran. Um, he hasn't, he beat Brandon Larocco, showing that he's capable. But I do think Lucas Brennan gets the sub here. I just don't see any other way this fight can go. Lucas Brennan's really, really good on the ground, whereas San Diego's not really great at anything. I'm gonna go Lucas Brennan here. This is a pretty safe prediction, but the odds are crazy. You can't do much with that. Look for a sub prop maybe. Moving on, Archie Colgan versus Justin Montavo. Montavo, he's a dangerous striker, but I think he's met his match here. Archie is really, really good with his boxing. Really, really, he hits hard. He has bad intentions, superior wrestling, and his jiu-jitsu, I think, is good, pretty good too. So I think he'll be able to deal with his jiu-jitsu, nullify it with his wrestling. I think he'll be able to get a later finish, if not a unanimous decision win. But yeah, Justin is definitely dangerous and could surprise everyone. So don't be betting too heavily on this fight. I'm pumped to watch though. Moving on, we have Joey Davis as another pretty safe prediction. Again, you can't play him because the odds are crazy. This guy isn't a bum. He's 6-2. He's pretty decent. He hasn't fought the greatest of competition, so that's I guess why. But I think he'll be able to win comfortably here. He kind of forces you to sprinkle on the dog, but I still think Joey wins with these. Moving on, we have Pam Sorensen versus Sarah Collins. Sarah Collins simply has not faced the competition yet, so to say, oh, she's gonna be something. She trains at Resilience Training Center, which isn't a bad gym at all. I like Pam here. Just trained up. She's faced better competition. She's made it close with good girls. Um, yeah, she's won decisions where I feel like she should have lost, and she came and shocked me. I think she's decent, and I think she can win this fight. I'm gonna go Pam Bam Collinson here. I'm pretty confident. Yeah. Moving on. I have her by unanimous decision. Moving on though, Mandel Nalo versus Adam Piccolate. This is a fun fight. Piccoletti's a really good grappler. His striking is all right. He has really good fundamentals. He's a really good technician, I'd say. Whereas Mando Nalo is a technician, but he's just so fluid and pretty with his striking. I think he is a pretty good grappler as well. He just has been caught a few times. I'm gonna definitely go Nalo here, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets wrestled or submitted, um, just by a superior grappler. But this is gonna be a fun fight. I got Nalo here by KO. Moving on, we have Luke Trainer versus Sullivan Cully. Sullivan Cully, man, he's really really talented. He's one of Bellator's biggest prospects. Trains with by Ryan Bader. He hits really hard. He's pretty good jiu-jitsu, good wrestling. Um, I really like his style of fighting. I'm gonna go with Cully by first or second round TKO. Luke Trainer's all right too. It might be a really close first round, but I just think Cully's just different level. And Luke Trainer gassed out hard versus Simon Mignon. And if you're doing that with Simon Mignon, you're gonna get hurt versus Cully. Unless you catch him Cully early, that's the only way I can see Luke Trainer winning. But other than that, this is a Cully fight all day. Moving on, we have Jalil Willis versus Rustam Habilov. Now, when you see the fight, you're like, oh, Rustam Habilov trains with Habib, legend of the sport. He's got to win. But then you see his age. You're like, oh, what is he in his 40s? No, he's not too old. He's 36. So he should still be in his prime. But he's got a lot going on, and this is definitely not his number one focus. So whereas Jalil Willis, this is his number one focus, training at Killcliff MMA, training with really good guys, just beat a wrestler. Not saying that was Kyle's best performance or even close to it, but I do think Rustam's gonna have a hard time getting him down. I really think that he can make it a hard fight for Rustam. I got him at negative 125. The odds have swollen. It's unplayable right now. It's kind of forcing you to sprinkle on the dog. But yeah, I really like Jalil here. But maybe he surprises me again and just doesn't fight well. He's done it before. Anyways, moving on. This is probably my most confident prediction on the card. And I'm biased because this is my teammate, Aaron Jeffrey. He's a great guy. Great fighter. Like he is really good all around. I can't see him losing this fight other than obviously submission, but submission is just like he keeps himself so safe. I just can't see it. And Salter's just I don't think he'll be able to out wrestle Aaron. So that's just the biggest thing. I like Aaron a lot in this fight. I think he outstrikes him with ease. I think his wrestling is gonna especially in that first, especially in the later rounds. I think he's going to dominate in the as far as the wrestling defense. That first round is going to be hard because they're going to be dry, so you'll have a little bit of an advantage there. But Salter, like we've seen this before, if Musasi and them are stuffing your takedowns, I think Aaron can do the exact same. Not saying Musasi and Aaron are. I mean, I think they're just as good in my opinion. I think Aaron's just as good, if not better, than Musasi. So, anyways, yeah, I love Aaron in this spot. I think Aaron wins with ease. But this is a fun fight. Obviously, they're trying to make best fights. This is probably one of the most intriguing cards they've had in a while. So, even though it's a terrible main event, moving on. We have Leah McCourt versus Kat Zingano. I wanted to take the dog here, but I just you can't. Kat Zingano is too much of a gamer, too much of a vet, too much experience, too much knowledge. She's gonna run her over 3 rounds. Easy win for Kat. It's easy. I Kat by decisions to play. Moving on. I like yeah. Moving on. Daniel James versus Marcelo Golm. I don't know. This is a hard fight to call because, in my opinion, the most dangerous opponent for Marcelo Golm right now would be Daniel James, and I think Daniel James is going to be able to if he survives, then yeah, Marcelo could take over. But I think Daniel James should be able to win this fight. I'm gonna go Daniel James just based off who he's fought in the case. Where did he fight again? He fought in a league filled with Russians trying to take him down. Yeah, ACA. He's used to this. I really like him here. I think he wins with ease. Um, in the first round, Daniel James. Let's go. This is a fun card, guys. My most confident prediction would have to be probably Lucas Brennan. Number two, Aaron Jeffrey. Aaron Jeffrey tied for number one, two, I think, but just technically, I'm gonna go number two. Number three, I'll have to go. I'm gonna go Joey Davis. Um, number four, Christian Edwards. Number five, number three is tied also with Bryce Meredith. Number five, Archie Colgan and Sullivan Coley. All right, guys, this is gonna be a good card. I feel profit wise, and it's gonna be a fun card to watch. So until next time, guys, like, subscribe. You know the drill. We got PFL predictions coming at you soon. Let's go. Let's crush another week.